Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your
Get down with the sickness. Get up, come down with the sickness. Get up, come down with the sickness.
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Frono's Photo Raw Talk. Now, if you're someone who enjoys podcasts, isn't easily offended, likes general BS conversations with a touch of photo talk, Raw Talk is for you. Now, Raw Talk has been around in one form or another since 2011. New episodes come out every Friday, except last week when both Steven and I were both sick. We were too sick to record an episode, so sorry. You can find Raw Talk wherever you get your podcasts, or head on over to fronosphoto.com/podcast to grab the links. Comment down below how long you've been listening to Raw Talk, because I'd like to know. First up, I'm still not 100%, but I'm working on it.
Work faster.
Now, last week after Fix was recorded and it was already being edited, some people said, well, why didn't you talk about OM Systems? Because we already shot the thing, you.
That was harsh.
Anyway, OM Systems, formerly known as Olympus, announced the OM-3 mirrorless Micro Four Thirds camera. Now, if you're a Micro Four Thirds lover, now may be a good time to just, hit that skip button and jump a minute or two, because you're not gonna like what I have to say about it. Now, before I do that, let me give you the specs of the new OM-3. It sports a 20 megapixel stacked sensor with 5-axis in-body stabilization, 3-inch swivel touchscreen, single SD card slot, computational photography button, and the biggest thing people are excited about is a throwback to the form factor and design that they went with. Once again, just because you like old school designs doesn't mean you should ignore 50 years of ergonomic advancements.
Hey, what about,
my 4x5, which I used shooting baseball, in favor of something that looks like it's going to fall right out of your hands. This isn't an Eames chair from the 1950s that still feels good when you put your ass in it. I should know. I got one, because I'm cool like that.
He's logged more hours on that chair than I ever will.
I just couldn't get it in purple yet. Now, my biggest issue with a camera like this isn't the fact that Micro Four Thirds is deader than a doorknob. It's that it's $2,000 for body only. A Canon R8 is $1,300. A Nikon Z6 III is $2,200. Both of these are full frame and better choices over something from OM Systems. The only people recommending OM Systems are the same people who have sponsorship deals with OM Systems, AKA they're getting paid to recommend them.
Oh, I like money.
No one in their right mind would recommend the OM3 for $2,000 when there's clearly far better systems out there, especially from Canon, from Sony, from Nikon, and even from Fuji. So yeah, Micro Four Thirds is dead. Whoa, who spit up in your Cheerios? I don't eat Cheerios. They don't do a body good. Next up, Nikon has officially announced their 28-135 f4PZ, a power zoom Z-mount lens designed for video professionals, and a lens that looks eerily similar to this one that Sony released 11 years ago. Now, regardless, a 28-135 is a nice zoom range with a constant f4 aperture for video. It does look really cool with that sexy gold ring around the mount. Not sure why their pro lenses don't have this sexy ring, because I like sexy rings. Dan likes sexy rings. Just look at his nipple rings. Nikon says the Nikkor Z28-135 f4PZ offers precise control, letting their users smoothly zoom throughout the focal range, but also offers a choice of 11 different zoom speeds to match a specific creative style and vision. Look, I'm sure this is a nice option for video shooters, but I think Nikon is missing one very important lens that other systems already offer, a 28-70 f2. That's a lens that Nikon shooters always ask me, do I know when it's coming? And the answer to that is no, I don't think it's ever actually coming. Sure, it's less zoom, but it's a freaking f2 zoom. It would crush. Now, if you're interested in the 28-135 PZ, get ready to fork over $2,600. Oh, and there's something at the bottom of the press release that I almost missed that I think is important. This lens will also be available as part of a bundle with the new Red Komodo X Z-mount camera. I guess the first Z-mount Red cameras are right around the corner.
It came out. Oh.
Not that I want to test one out, but I guess I would if Nikon would call to see if I wanted to play with one. I'm looking at the phone over here. It's not ringing. Oh well.
Are you angry now?
Why you think I'm so angry? I'm not angry, you're angry. Maybe next week I'll be 100% and yell more. And finally, it looks like Sony might be prepping 2 new lenses to come out before CP Plus at the end of the month. According to Canon Rumors, who seems to be branching out into all rumors, and Sony Alpha Rumors, who shared some rumor photos, the 2 new lenses will be a 16 1.8G and a 400 to 800 6.3 to f8. Now that right there, that's interesting. Sony already has a 200 to 600 internal zoom, and Canon has a 200 to 800 that's external zooming but super cheap. So what's the benefit of a 400 to 800 that's also internal zooming? I guess that it's a 6.3 to f8 question mark? Damn it. Personally, if it's real, it sounds like a weird range. Wouldn't you rather have a 200 to 600 or a 200 to 800 over a 400 to 800, especially if it's going to be the same size as the 200 to 600? I guess this lens will be squarely directed to bird photographers who will trade quality for reach. Now, according to Sony Alpha Rumors, the lens will be priced at 3,000 euros, which seems expensive compared to Canon's $1,900 200 to 800, though I don't know what a 400 to 800 would cost in the United States. But we do know that it would be $8 billion in Canada, because you know their money is loony and toony.
We're all a little loony.
Also tiny and toony.
A dose of comedy.
Anyway, does a 400 to 800 interest you? Let me know down below, because I'm curious to hear what you have to say. And there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, PhonosPhoto.com. See ya.